Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
Here's the kicker, Nick Novak, to get us started. And off we go from Nashville. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott. For the 4-time 1,000-yard man, Arian Foster. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offensive starters now, and they will be looking for a spark from Arian Foster.
Definitely the type of running back that you lean on, whether it's in the run game, the pass game, or protecting his quarterback. There's not a whole lot Arian Foster can't do.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
They'll go again with Foster. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot in what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
When Brian Orakpo was born, there was no doubt that with that name, he was going to be a defensive player and a good one. He knows how to get to quarterbacks.
Second down, Prescott. And this will complete to Will Fuller. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
First down carry for Foster. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd down following the run. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We're back to Nashville right after this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Third and long for Prescott. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little wrap yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So on 4th down, the Texans will call on their field goal unit, and on comes Nick Novak. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Novak's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Brett Kern now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The drive will start with Arian Foster, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Prescott now on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Foster alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Back deep is Devin Hester. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. it coming up at halftime. We'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. So now the Texans will call on the veteran Shane Leckler to kick this one away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to launch this. And got his man complete. A big pick up there on the run. 31 yards. They go play action here on first down. Surveying the field. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They got 29 yards there. And the Titans are going to have a first and goal. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. They'll come out in the pistol. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Finding time. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. They'll look to throw again. That almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So on fourth down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Suckup. will put this one right through, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Hey, cut in right. Watch cut in. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Foster alone in the backfield. Throwing. Prescott throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Hopkins, the one receiver right.
Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Prescott from the gun. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. Both the Titans and the Texans are having some trouble moving the ball through the air. The yardage totals are low, and that's helped play into what was a low-scoring first half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Texans with the ball late in the first. Fuller's found on the quick pass and catch, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 28-yard line. They go on to kick a field goal to end the drive. About halfway through the second, the catch will be made in double coverage, and the pass and catch will end up going for 31 yards. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. So that'll do it for us in Orlando for the second half kickoff. Let's get back up to Nashville as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Foster alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it, it's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hester. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
3rd down and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
Red zone opportunity.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The big man, Vince Wilfork, able to get him down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Henry, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. A couple extra defensive backs are in there. Big play, 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. In the completion, nice throw, nice catch, but Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A first down throw for Prescott. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play, now it's second down. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Third down, it's Prescott. He finds his target, Fuller. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
First and 10, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Fresh set of downs here. First down, Prescott. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To the air again, Prescott. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And again, it's Prescott. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Prescott yet again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Andre Johnson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That time, a 9-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. He juked him. And he's into the clear. 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Illegal blocking the flag. Return team.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got time. And he comes back with one complete. A nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And now a first down following that long gain. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
And maybe expecting a throw. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely will kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. Suckup for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through.
And that's caught inside the 35. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the numbers show the improvement, and this is kind of what we thought we would expect to see from him. I know we overanalyze these things sometimes, but what switch? What's flipped that switch?
Sometimes I think when you're as great as he is, you just kind of roll out each game and expect good things to happen. And that's not always the case. Those guys on the other side of the ball, they're the NFL 2 for a reason. So maybe at halftime he gets a chance to regroup, kind of get it back together, get a little extra resolve, and now he's putting it into practice.
Come on, let's go. 38.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it'll give the Titans a first down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And as the fourth quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Let's go. 38.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
All right, so first down, 5 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. see if they stay on the ground for second down. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. So at 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. This from 51 yards for the win. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Walker with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?